We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We're on our way to the campgrounds. We're going to check it out and see if we can maybe find us another really neat place to stay when we're out camping. JFK Park and Campground. Just this side of the Heber Springs Dam. I can tell you there's one thing Arkansas is known for, and that's our trees. There's also a big fish hatchery down here that hatches out trout to put in the river, which is pretty neat. Look how pretty that is down through there with the fog coming off the river. Canadian geese. How pretty is that? Guy down there fishing, or woman, can't tell. But look at the geese. It's really neat.
Bunch of trout right there.
I'll get my glasses on so I can even see. There we go. I hope y'all can see the geese down there because it's so pretty. The fog on the river and the geese and the fishermen.
That's the greater Canadian. That's the big. That's the big geese.
Goose bet.
Feet. This is a sample core that they cut out of that rock in the bedding rock when they was building this dam to see what kind of rock was there. That's just a sample core. Some of them went 128 feet deep, a core cut.
Okay, we're going to walk out here to the Greers Ferry Dam. I want to show y'all how beautiful this is. The overlook of the dam and all the mountains and hills. And you can just imagine how pretty this is going to be when all those trees start turning in the fall. They ought to start turning pretty soon. But this is the Greer's Ferry Dam. Look, you can just see forever. And there's the dam. We just come across there. When you cross, you go to Heber Springs. We went to just outside of Heber Springs, and we went to a wonderful barbecue place called Brothers Barbecue. If you're ever this way, please eat at Brothers Barbecue. It's absolutely the best this side of Texas. And that is Heber Springs Water Tower. If I can get zoomed in close enough, I'll show you. There it is. Heber Springs Water Tower. You can see the tree tops are starting, some are already starting to turn. So pretty.
So when they open the dam, I'm gonna say at least easily 6 to 8 foot higher. You can tell by the darkness on the roots and everything over on the trees. You can see how deep it gets.
Over here where the grass is laid down.
You can see on the left where the grass is laid down, but I mean it gets just as like that tree right across, that wild cherry tree, that dark spot on the side of it. Gets that deep.
I think I got them now. So is that trout?
Yep.
So quiet. See any trout?
Hundreds.
Let's see if I can see them. The way the sun is, I can't see what I'm looking at. That's what's bad. I did, but I can't see it.
Can you see that down there? No?
Mm-mm. It's the way the sun's shining on it. I can see some trout. They're right down through there.
Well, we got a oven out in the cooking shed, stove and oven. I've got it all cleaned up. I'm not exactly done with it, but I've done a lot of cleaning. I've even done some pretty painting on the bottom of it. Got it looking good underneath. This is a very, I would say, I wouldn't say unique, but a very handy small stove. It's built right. And I only had one piece. I've got it right here. And this is on a shield that lays back here in the back. And that's the only thing that's broke on this stove, and it ain't really broke. I'll be able to fix that for the most part. I don't know that you even have to have it, because it's on the bottom part of the shield that's inside the box of the oven. I've got all the doors opening and shutting good. They lock in place. And this is inside the big firebox. That's big, ain't it? I'm gonna have to cut little wood for that. And this is the ash pan. That's the ash pan. And this right here, I've got it all broke loose. This is a shaker for your wood grates in there. If you get ashes build up on it and you want to get it down to more coals to get your fire going again, you can shake it. You can rock them grates that's inside here. You can rock them back and forth and make it fall down into your ash pan. And I'm sure it come with a tool for that, something to fit on that, but we didn't get that with it. Now then, I'm going to blacken some of this with, they've got a stove sealer for outside the stove, and I'm probably going to try to put a little bit of that in here, and I'm going to do some more sanding and clean this up a little more. Then I'm going to clean it with acetone, and then I'm going to put a sealant on it to help protect the rust and make it look better. The oven is in really good shape, and it makes less noise than my wife's oven in the kitchen. It's rusty, but it's all solid. It's all good. It's all good. It just needs, but I don't know for sure what I can use inside the oven. I've got to experiment with that. We don't want to put something that goes on outside of the stove to seal and get it hot if you're cooking food in the oven. So I may end up just cleaning it up better and putting a little bit of oil on it and a little bit of olive oil or something and calling it good. I'm going to guess that this temperature gauge ain't going to work, but we'll see. And this is your pan drawer that was in the bottom of it. And I don't know where you can see it, but this here I got loose. I really had to work to get this loose. I may not get it out today. Ain't gonna be, yeah, there it is. But this gets you down, this little heavy built metal gets you down inside. That goes up under here to clean underneath your oven where your heat goes around your oven. And that's handy. I got all of it cleaned out and ready to go. We're going to put a piece of pipe on here. It ain't going to be too long. We're going to be cooking with it. And up here, it has this is your damper that shuts the heat from coming. I've got it all broke loose and working. But you can see it. Matter of fact, I'll just take this off right quick. Now there was a lot of loose rust, a lot of it, and I just seen a cockroach or another. We'll be taking care of them. But this right here, that shuts your, so if your fire, this is your fire box over here, your fire's coming out and will go up your flue, and it just heats your top of your stove. But if you want to cook in your oven, you shut this off. Open up and you just cook the top of your stove. Shut this off and it's going to rotate around the oven and heat your oven up. And that's real handy. I mean, that's easy doing right there. I like that. And all this is heavy built. I really like it.
Yeah, it's on our wood cook stove in the house. It's a little bit harder to do that. That's really, I wish ours in the house was that easy. Because when I'm wanting to cook in the oven, I really have to
You have to work it, don't you?
I had to really hoss it to.
You have to get me in there to get her loosened up. And
Yeah,
get her in there.
it's rough.
But that's pretty neat. It even has shut and open on it, if you can imagine that. And overall, it did have a few of these little ears that up in your top deals that were like this one here and this one here. There's little ears. You see how these are right here. It had sat there sat on the porch for how many years? You say it sat on the porch?
Well, it sat on her porch about 33 years, but her aunt, who passed away at the age of 101, cooked on it every day in her house. This was her cook stove. So
anyway, it got dust and dirt inside there, and over the years it rusted and caused them to get weak, ate them up, but it'll be all right. We'll make that part work. And it's really heavy built. I painted some of the back of it down low.
Around back.
So I've kind of painted on the back part of it that you could paint, and I'm going to seal this with some of that paste rub. And this is your damper for your right here. That's your damper to let air up if trying to get your fire heated up or get your fire started. It has a damper. I got all that broke loose and working. Now this little thing right here is a kind of a unique design built. It's a wire that goes inside there, and it's on a spring, and it goes inside there, and there where your ash pan is, it's been in there, and it keeps tension on it, and it keeps that ash pan from moving very easy. You pull your ash pan in and out. It's and I've got it all loose. You can tighten it up. It's kind of different.
So what are them egg shaped?
Well, I don't really know if them at one time was made where you could loosen them off and let a little air in there, but I don't know. It'll be very. I did spray them the other day, but I ain't messed with them yet. But that's gonna be very. I don't know that it's even necessary. I ain't sure what that's all about. But it's very heavy built, and all we gotta do is get this pipe on here and get to cooking. Now then, you got to look at it. It is a Kenmore, and I'm guessing. Now I don't really know. I'm guessing 1940s, maybe 1950s, maybe earlier, maybe a little later. But she had it. It'd been sitting, and she'd had it for 33 years, and she didn't say how long her aunt had it before that. Had to be probably several years. But I don't know. I don't know when they quit making them, but we can't find them online.
We can't find it. We have Google searched it, and Google searched it.
I've Googled, and she's Googled, and some of you might not know where to go you might find it right off the bat. But I've spent several minutes, at a time looking. It is a Kenmore, and I haven't seen one that looked like it yet.
I'm not too sure now. The only thing I did find was that the model number may be number 196, because the other one that's a Kenmore has a water reservoir down here. This one doesn't. It's got 6
cooktops.
Yeah, cooktops on it. But both of them have the same back on it. The only difference was it had a water reservoir. So, anyways, that's the only thing I could find on it.
I'll get this top. I'm gonna re-sand and redo it, and we'll get to heating it up. And we'll get this top sealed off, and it'll be a whole different stove.
I think it'll be fun to cook in.
I think it's going to work good. Like I say, I've looked at a lot of old cook stoves, and the firebox area usually is pretty rough shape, and this one's not. It's in good shape. Like I say, it's got one plate back here that comes out, but you can see down in there that ain't nothing rusted and burnt out of it. This plate is a heat plate. And it comes out, and that's what's cracked. That heat plate right there is all it's cracked. And I'm going to fix this back together, probably with, I'm going to try JB Weld. And then I'll eventually work and fix it. But it goes up back into a all metal plate. So heat getting past that probably ain't going to hurt. But I'm going to try to fix it.
So this is just another way of us getting ready to be able to come out here in summertime and bake and cook. And if for some reason,
Things go south.
and we've got to cook and it's summertime. Of course, we can't heat the house up with that wood cook stove in the summertime. You die in there, but I know my grandma used to cook on her wood cook stove in the summertime. I don't know. I guess I was used to it. But, yeah, this is going to be a good thing.
I'm pretty impressed. I think it's going to work fine. It's strictly made for cooking because that firebox, of course, most of the old stoves were, they had them going, 3 times a day, so they didn't worry about it. But
Grandma's didn't have a big wood box like ours in the house does.
Most of them have something just like that.
Yeah, hers just, she'd say, go get me some kindling. So, and you remember what it was? When they had that frame factory, McGee's in Pocahontas,
Yep.
Grandpa would go get tons of that stuff, and that's what she would burn in her wood
waste
cook
product
stove.
of the picture frame factory.
Yeah. Everybody
I think we even burnt, I know, matter for a fact, we were first married. I had a good friend that was a boss man there, and he would get me some of that to start fires with, kindling.
No.
But
We've got a pizza oven back there too. It's a uni. We've got to get it cleaned up. We haven't used it all summer, and we need to get it out and get it hooked up and start using it again. You can bake pizza, or you can even bake bread in it, but you just have to be careful and watch it because it'll burn. This little stove I had it going last winter a couple of times. I just shoved wood in it and started up, and I'd even leave the door open and
it's a good cook stove.
I'd heat stuff up on top of it. It's rusted. Oh, it's rusted up. But it still works. My son-in-law gave this to me a long, long time ago.
It's still solid. I mean, it's rusted, but it's solid.
And of course, we got this Pit Boss, but we're having little issues with it. So.
Still cook with it.
But we can still cook with it. And out here.
It's burnt the top plate.
Yeah, we need to get some new things for it.
Maybe if we get them.
Around here we got our fire ring. And right there's our Dutch oven. The stuff that we hook our Dutch ovens to. We've got a huge smoker back here that I told Danny we've got to get cleaned up because, my cousin down in Texas, Bull, he built that for me, and we used it a lot.
We use the fire out of it.
And, we'd smoke a bunch of chickens, a bunch of meat in it, but we haven't used it in years. So I really want to get it cleaned up and put some new grates in it and stuff so we can cook on it again. So our outdoor cooking area, it's, we got this little lodge. I need to throw this in the, Dan, I need to throw this, next time we have a big fire, I need to throw this thing in there. Because it needs to get fired up again.
We've cooked on that quite a bit.
I've had that thing for a long time. You talk about cooking good, it does. It's a lodge.
You want that aluminum foil for it, don't you?
Let me get around here where I can see. You can see how bad a shape it's in. But let me tell you something. When you live in Arkansas,
well, I mean, if you leave it outside, that's what it's going to look like.
Well, summertime up here is the humidity.
It cooks that up, and then it... But you know what? It don't hurt nothing. It's still cooked.
The little rust ain't gonna hurt you, huh?
Well, I mean, you clean it up. It ain't...
We also have this little gas burner back here. I guess it's sitting back there because we took it off the table. But we'll put it back up here because that is really a handy thing to cook on, and you just hook it up to your little gas bottle.
Cook that hot grease and fry them fish up.
Yeah. So...
And I'm going to put some more gravel in here.
I know a lot of people have talked about wanting to put in an outdoor kitchen. Let me tell you something, you will use it, won't they?
I've used that grill more than any grill I've ever used in my life.
Well, I mean, just anything, whether if you're Dutch oven cooking or you're cooking in the fire ring or in an old stove like these, you're going to use it. And if you enjoy being outside as much as we do.
Old Paul built this, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes we think about maybe
Use 10.
closing in the end over there, but we haven't done it yet. I think we've had a little bit of issues with termites around the bottom. I think Paul's worried it's going to fall in one of these days.
Well, they've ate on that cedar.
They've ate on the cedar.
At least the white of the cedar. They don't normally eat on the red part, the heart. But
anyways, you just come down off the porch and walk right into the outdoor kitchen. And
I've even got a big light. We can cook at night.
We can cook at night. Now, we had some lights hanging up there one time, and the squirrels ate through the wires.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Them darn squirrels, I'm telling you.
Squirrels ate they just ate them up.
I had them outdoor lights out in my kitchen garden hanging hanging inside the greenhouse and just around it. It looked so pretty. I want you to know, the squirrels ate the wire in half on it, too.
They ate it all up. They ate these like this every 8 or 10 inches, just to eat it up. I don't know what it was.
But we just want to show y'all, because I think it was the last video, I was telling y'all that Paul bought another wood cook stove. We love our wood cook stoves, and I can't wait for it to get cold enough to start our one in the house up either. Getting pretty dark out here. Can you see us?
It's getting darker. Chickens are thinking about, they're out there going, I think we're going to go to roost pretty quick.
I see them, they're going that way, aren't they?
Our young chickens are starting to lay a little bit. We're getting some Easter colored eggs.
We got some Easter eggers.
Yeah.
And you know something? And even our, what were them first chickens we had? I can never.
Cinnamon Queens?
Cinnamon Queens. The best egg layers as far as we're concerned, and their eggs are really good too. But these Easter eggers, their shells are really, really thick. A lot thicker than the others, so I was kind of...
Well, a lot thicker than the ones we got now, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is kind of Paul's video, but enjoyed...
What are you doing up there?
My hair's all...
Oh, I can't even see. Didn't nobody see your pretty hair.
My hair's all cockeyed. But anyways, we went...
There ain't nobody worried about your hair.
They're worried about yours.
Yeah, I got... Ooh, look at all of it.
But...
my hair's long. It's been a long time.
Let me talk. I got to end this video.
I
know. Yesterday we went to Heber Springs, and it's so funny because we will drive 2 hours to eat good barbecue, and we did. But we also wanted to look around some campgrounds, and we found a pretty good one.
John F. Kennedy.
So, as y'all seen at the beginning of this video, the little tour we took you on, and in fact, I did make some reservations to stay there.
Jiminy Christmas.
It was hard because they're booked up in October because of fall and all the fall trees and the beauty of the fall. The campgrounds are pretty booked up. So anyways.
We're going to go in there and root them out.
We're going to root them out. So, yeah, we'll be staying there a couple of days. Not very many, just a couple. So I'm excited about that too. But
hundreds of trout. I'm talking about, well, it's right there by a trout hatchery. Hatchery. So...
I hope y'all can see us better than we can see you.
I can't see nobody, huh? I see the reflection of the
We have
shed.
been getting rain, so we cannot complain anymore about it being dry.
5 inches.
And
this month, September.
Yes.
5 inches.
Now, talk about rain. We want to tell all y'all that's in the path of this next hurricane to please, please, please do whatever you have to do to stay out of the path of any of them bad storms, flooding, or anything.
Already sending out evacuations. We pray for all that's going to hit. We hope it don't get as big as they think it's going to.
In our area, I was in Imboden, which is where me and Danny worked, and I was waiting on my daughter because she had to take the baby to the pediatrician. And I don't like her going by herself when she goes that far by herself. So anyways, I was sitting there waiting on her, and I'm sitting there at church house The highway's right there. And I can't tell you how many of them different companies, linemen coming through there, coming y'all's way. And I guess that's just our route. Our main highway goes from one end of this world to the other.
They bring a lot of people from just north and west of us all through there. And I'm going to assume that about Thursday, my youngest son will probably be down there.
And I was watching, the different trucks, and even coming back from Truman, Arkansas, me and my daughter was meeting more linemen from all different.
I'm sure they're sending thousands.
Company, yes, and it was just unreal. It's just like the troops are coming. That's what it was like, and it just makes you smile because these guys put their lives on the line. So, anyways, but y'all don't put your life on the line. If y'all hear and they're saying to evacuate or go somewhere and be safe, y'all please do it.
We pray that there's not a lot of damage and nobody gets hurt. We hope.
No.
Be careful.
Be careful. So we'll be thinking of y'all and praying for everybody in the path of this hurricane. So we'll see y'all in a few days. And I'm hoping to be doing some cooking from my cookbooks because it was unanimous in the comments that that's what y'all want me to do.
To cook out of your cookbook?
Out of my thousands of cookbooks.
Oh.
And they even want me to go through my old cookbooks and find some that, a recipe that we're not used to.
1,000-year recipe. 1,000-year-old recipe.
And whether if it's good or not, just make it. And if it's like, then we give it thumbs down, right, girls, guys? So, anyways, all them old recipe books that y'all had given me over the past 4 years, or a little over, we're going to be going through a lot of them too. So I think it'll be fun. Y'all have really, really commented on it, and that's what we're going to do. So a couple times a month, we're going to be cooking from my cookbooks.
And probably won't be a whole lot of ingredients, will there?
Well,
it'll be that good cooking if times get hard.
It'll be, yeah. The only time
what?
Well, good and well that I cook from my pantry. So if it's stuff that I've got to run and spend money on, I'm not going to do that. And a lot of y'all can't do it either. So we may have to pass that one up and do another one. So
it ain't going to be no flu.
It won't be no foo recipe, that's for sure. But it'll be Larpin, maybe. And if it's not, we won't make it again, will we?
How many times have I ever told you something tastes bad?
Well, now, wait a minute.
How many times, though? I mean, you can count it all on one hand.
Maybe the 45 years that we've been together, probably 3 times.
I mean, I can eat about anything.
One time he didn't tell me, and it like killed him. No, not really, but
I ate your raw chicken when we first got married.
No, we weren't married. We was dating.
Oh.
Remember, I was still in the trailer house. I was only probably 15 years old, and I wanted to cook him something to eat, so I made something that I was used to, and that's chicken and rice. And
you've told this story.
I know it, but anyways, when he cut in that chicken, it was bleeding. So.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was.
A little pain.
I think I started crying. It embarrassed me so bad.
You know what I done?
Ate it. He tried to eat it.
I didn't. I ate it. I didn't.
Oh,
it wasn't raw.
Crazy.
It was just a little bit undercooked. It wasn't raw.
Anyways, y'all don't eat undercooked chicken.
If it had been raw, no, I wouldn't eat it.
Anyways, bye, y'all. We'll see y'all in a few days.
We don't know what we'll be doing.
I do.
But we'll be doing something.
I'm going to be cooking out of my cookbooks.
I got to go to Missouri in the morning.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.